Welcome to group break number 682. We have an inner of SP Authentic. This is pick your team done on Whatnot. So yeah, let's get into the break right here, and let's see your teams. Oh, there's Johnny Canuck. Absolutely crazy. I wish they kept a plaid shirt on him, but anyways, here are your teams. So. All right, let's get going. Good luck. I hope I put them in the thing right. I think I probably put them. I didn't put them alphabetical in here. Let me put them alphabetical by username. All right, and I'll just check offers for the next case as well. Swifty got you there. Yeah, because we have another pick your team after this. If you're just tuning in and watching us on Whatnot, we have another pick your team after this. We'll have breaks next week as well. We'll probably do. I think there is a Thursday release next week. So we'll probably do Wednesday, Thursday next week, but I'll need to double check some schedules with that. But here we go. Good luck, folks. I mean, we've had some good inners. We've had some... Actually, we haven't really had that bad of an inner yet. It's mainly just been, like, we had a really strong inner. The one with, like, the Demidov... acetate was sick. Let me unpin this too, by the way. And we also have a 4-box random for 46 Canadian loonies a spot. We'll try and fill that today as well. I know Straight's the only spot purchased in it. I know there's some other people that have expressed interest, but just go on the side where that break is for random team. You can buy a spot and we will do the random after. Here we go. All right, let's rip and stack. I want to see, what do we want to see in this break? A cool patch auto? I'll take a cool patch auto. I haven't pulled a one of them patch auto from SP Authentic yet, so it'd be nice to pull one of those, you know? We haven't actually pulled a Midnight Black Future Watch either. Pageantry Red in this half. Ovechkin and Strome, Sorokin, and Will Smith on the limited red. Outliers of Pasta, Michael Bunting, and Curtis Douglas on the limited red. Okay, G-Gill, yeah, sounds good. I missed that you got one. But yeah. Nikishin, Sending Palika, and Bertuzzi. It'll be after this break for sure. Stamkos, Moore, and Matthew Wood. Hollow foils. Mark Recchi, the doctor himself. Yeah, I think it's like 5 to 10 is the general wisdom behind it. For the Penguins, though, nice Legends hollow foil. Brustevich and Marcel Dion and Simashev. Feel like they're more prominent this year. That makes sense. Unfortunately, makes sense. Yeah. Like 8. Yeah, I feel like the sweet spot is like that 10 to like 15 range, but who knows? The only people that know is Upper Deck. All right, here go this half. Ken Stevens on the sign of the times for the Penguins. Wow, Pittsburgh just decided to woke up and choose to get every good hit out of the box. Yeah, like I think 25 makes sense now because they're just so popular and they tend to like popular stuff. Horizontal of Quinn Hudson. Did that smudge on my hand or was that pre-smudged? I feel like that was pre-smudged. Because I don't see blue on my hand. I just like don't remember that being smudged when I first saw it, but... Stamkos, Parekh on the limited red. Chirography, whatever you want to call it. Bjorkstrand for the Kraken. Yeah, I'll check after. If it... That's a 23-24 update, by the way. These were case hits back then. I'll check after, but honestly, if it's still live ink and it's smudged on my hand, that's impressive. Elias Pettersson and Pajot. Spectrum effects of Matthews. How's the bounty doing, by the way? Moore and Bardakov. Sillinger of the Owen variety at $3.99, and Keller and Lehkonen. Yeah, I doubt it was me too, but that box had like, I mean, it was 3 autos and a holofoil. There's no Spectrum Future Watch though. I guess the holofoils took over that. Yeah. I think, like, yeah. I think it's actually probably an above average box. But, like, yeah. There are some stinkers. There are some stinkers. Yeah, the golds are tough. In general, yeah. Stutzla, Kachuk, Samuel Hellenius for the Kings, and Logan Cooley. Emmett Finney to $3.99 with a Matthew Robertson, Anthony Solars, and an Elias Pettersson. Green collabs of Kucherov and Gensel, Marchessault, and Teuvo Teravainen. Barkov, Dursey, and Gridden. Tristan Lennox for the Islanders. A bottom 6 Leaf. Did Bjorkstrand get traded to the Leafs? Did he just get traded to the Leafs? Or did he sign with them? No, he signed with the Rangers. He signed with the Rangers. Now, Callahan and Kaplan. He was with the Bolts, but he's a Ranger now. Next break will be the next 8-box inner will be from the same master. Yes, it's all good. It was Nick Paul went to Toronto. Yeah, there's been a lot, and I still think there's gonna be a lot. Like, I think Larkin's definitely on the move. I think there's gonna be another Canuck on the move, but we'll see who it is. We'll have to see how it plays out. Update pageantry auto for the Flyers of Mr. Konechny. That's a 23-24. Or no, 24-25, sorry. Yeah. I want to see the Habs go big game hunting a little bit, though. Kempe, Tuck. I feel like they need one more good piece there. Sign of the Times of Jacob Middleton. Just got traded to Calgary. Like, again, I want to see them get a top 6 center. Tough to do, but Matthew Wood, Fantilli, Matthew Nyes would be sick for them. Mikko Rantanen, Ryan Ufko, and Marshall Warren. Rodrigue on the non-auto future watch for the Oilers, Scheifele and Hurdle. And Brunet, Perreault, and Luke Cagnoni. That was at least a 3 auto box as well. Yeah. Yeah, I just rather, yeah. Like, I think stuff will pop up, but I want to see them take the next step, you know? they're kind of turning into Carolina Light, which is fine. Like, that's a good place to end up. Yeah. But, like, I would like to see them take one more big swing. Preferably on a forward. And I think, like, one more, like, upgrading on one of their bottom pairing D would go a long way as well. I think if they just make a couple, like, shoring up moves, they should be okay. For Werenski, yeah, like, I don't think Werenski makes the most sense for them anyways. I mean, okay, no, Werenski makes sense for every team, but, like, for them specifically, I think they, like, the pieces that they'd have to give up and, like, the retention part of that, like, keeping him there is a tough part. So, Fensor, Perfetti, and Dominic James. But yeah, like, they definitely need to shore up their depth. Like, I think a top 6 center, a second pairing D, and, like, a third pairing D would be ideal. Kucherov, Donato, and Suzuki. Ethan Frank, that's our first inscribed Future Watch that we've pulled for the Capitals. With a nice little debut date on there. We've opened up a lot. I think this is, like, probably box 40 of this, and that's our first inscribed. So Weisblatt, Seneca, and Koivunen. Oh, that was a bonus card in there. Kamel, Misa, Bo Horvat, Raymond, Jake Evans on the red patent tree, and Sam Morton. Sorry, 1 second. My phone is, like, burning a hole in my pocket with how hot it is. I don't know why it's so toasty. And there are 18 teams left in the other team, or in the other one. There are lots of spots left in the 4-box random team. That's $46 a spot. That is, you know, one of the, like, I think the best price you'll find for a 4-box mixer. One of the best ones, at least, that you'll find for one. So here we go. Demidov to 199. Sorry, we just have a bunch of smoke alarms going on. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, not so much a panic move, but betting on, like, I'm fine if they take a flyer on, like, again, Dorofeyev, Zary, like, paying less assets for a guy like, again, Coronado 299. Honestly, Coronado wouldn't be the worst type of idea, but like, paying reduced assets for a player that's got potential. Because I think they have a good enough locker room where they can shelter players. Robidas, Raymond, like, again, I like Pedersen there. Voronkov for Columbus on the Future Watch autograph. That's sick. Marchenko would be a really good add in Montreal too. Matthew Coronado was the last one. Nice for Voronkov. That's a good base. This is a good box. Good base Future Watch autograph, even if it's an update. Put him beside the doctor. Draisaitl, McDavid, Tomashek. Weisblatt on the level 2. Doc, Stanky. And Quinn Hughes with Malkin and Brunet. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, because there's also going to be a point where they're going to need, like, if he's not signing with the team, and he's not going to sign with the team, they're going to have to take what they can get for him. Right? So, and they have the prospects to, like, they have enough ready-ish prospects for it. It doesn't help their center depth a ton, but yeah. Yeah. Again, like, if the price comes along and it's, you know, one of your, like, Like if it's like Reinbacher and a pick type of thing, I think you do that. I don't know. I'm also not a big Reinbacher guy, but I think that was the one pick where it's like, oh, they could have been so stacked. Seneca on the only level 2 for the Spectrum. Perot and Medano and Ian Moore. Horizontal Levshinov short print for Chicago. Yeah. Levshinov on the short print horizontal for Chicago. I'm not a big Levshinov fan. I'll say that much. Larkin and Easton Cowan on the limited. Elias Pettersson with a Ryan Green and Connect Me. Weird box. Kucherov with a Hagel and a Nystrom. Outliers of Rantanen with a Levshinov and a Kairu. But yeah, again, they're one of the teams that like you have the cap space because you've got your core locked up. Can you take that gamble on Pettersson, right? Like, if you get him to come in, because like you do the calculations as being like, hey, we're saving on our 2 of our top 6 forwards. The contracts line up pretty well with Suzuki's for when they expire. If he turns into a 50-point two-way center for you guys, that is still fine and still something that you need. If he pops and turns back into like an 80-point center, that is a phenomenal player, and you're going to get him at a reduced hit. Vetrano, Terry, Kane, and Kindle. Obviously, you run the risk of the opposite happening, but Marco Casper for the Red Wings. I don't know. I think they're in a position where they can do something spicy like that, like take on a player that's like got star potential but has been disgruntled or in a bad environment this year and try and rehab that. Neiman, Draisaitl, because they've also had success with that, right? They did that with Monahan. They did that with a bunch of other players too. Koivunen to 199 with Sabrango and Quinn Hughes. Coco, Eklund, and Oliver Moore. And Nylander, Matthews, Demko, and Boldy. Wow, that was this is a Levshinov, but so I would say the body language for him, this is someone who's watched the Canucks a lot. And, like, generally speaking, a pretty big Pettersson fan. The body language is going to be a lot from, like, circumstantial stuff. I think he's frustrated that he's not playing at the same level. But he also had a lot of off-ice stuff happen. Like, he had someone commit, like, a massive amount of fraud against him. His partner had 2 miscarriages this year. Like, he was in a team environment that, for all intents and purposes, was very toxic, specifically towards him. And, like, one of those situations where you could tell that, like, he probably didn't love the game of hockey this year. And, like, not entirely unfair. I mean, when your own team downplays your injury in the media, it can't be a fun feeling. Obviously, there is still some truth to, like, yeah, the off-ice work isn't ideal, but the reports to this year was that it was all good. And I think they tried to make him put on weight. It's like, you need to put on weight, which is, like, probably not ideal for him. Because he's better when he's a little bit leaner and more nimble. But yeah, like, the talents, every once in a while I see a flash. The main thing I'm worried about with him is his knee being gone. A la, like, Danny Heatley. That is my only worry with him. Which is, to be fair, a decent worry. But, again, I think the Habs are a team that can, like, shelter that. Cowan on the Spectra, Utah, and Hudson on the other inserts. And so, like, I think it makes a reasonable gamble. Jarvis, Finney, and Cam Lund. Because that lets you save... The biggest thing, again, I think I've said this a few times, but the biggest thing... Ooh, we got another acetate. Michael Misa for the Sharks. On the acetate Future Watch. Let's go. We've pulled Demi and Misa. But it's like, it's why I don't mind the Canucks hanging on to Pettersson a little bit too. I do think there is a certain point of just like, he's never going to get better here because of the expectations. Even if he does get better, the fan stuff is just going to be there. Buchnevich and Gunther. But could you imagine if that was just a Schaefer Future Watch right behind this? Marshall Warren to $9.99. Well, Islanders have at least got 2 Future Watch autos. Yeah, the Canucks have been a weird team. The vibes are finally good there, though. I've heard some pretty not great stuff about the team before. Morden, LaRue, and Melanson. Like that it was a very toxic environment. Outlier screen of Raymond, Meyer, and Zibanejad. So, it always raises an eyebrow when you hear from people being like, no, it's pretty bad. And I mean, part of that reputation could also be that he's not a traditional hockey player. So, I don't know. See, I don't think... It might be a practice, like an off-ice preparation issue could be part of it, maybe. But, like, his actual work ethic in the game, his work rate is... He works hard every shift. Generally speaking, like, he tries out there. He doesn't really float around. That's the big thing, right? Melanson, Kempe, and Skurek. And I think some of the things that people were describing him, Vinny Desharnais, by the way, what a contract that he got. Good for him. He was good for the Sharks last year, though. Like, a lot of the complaints that people had about Pettersson with, like, the laziness and, like, refusing to engage... If you watch closely to a lot of clips, it actually applied to other players on the Canucks that they would like point out as examples. Ovechkin and Brindamore on the inserts. Panarin, Trocheck, Brian Campbell on the pageantry for Chicago, left for the Rangers. So, yeah, exactly. Like he works pretty hard. Kirill Kudryavtsev, 18 of 599. Like his on ice play is very hardworking. Mazur and Robertson. DeBrusk, Darren Turcotte, and Mark Gatcomb. Wow, we fit like every Islander but Schaefer. Yeah. But yeah, like, I don't know. I'm always... One thing I've learned to always be skeptical about is when people question a non North American, so like a European skater, I guess, or like a smaller forward, like essentially non 6 foot plus Canadian forward, essentially, is like work ethic is always going to be brought up for those players when it's like not always the case. They just play a different style of game. So yeah, this case is solid. Coolio is great. All right, Braden Coots could have, if he does a nickname one, that, and depending what his nickname ends up being, because there's an obvious nickname, and then I hope they do something more fun for him. Yeah. Gallagher is like, I think if you look at analytics for Gallagher, if you ever learned how to finish, his like individual expected goals for is like the top in the league over the past, like one of the highest in the league over the past 15 seasons. Weisblatt, Ranford, and Crosby. Like, he just is always in the gritty area. Quillen on the future icons for the Leafs, Duran and Patrick Kane and Rinzel. Like, he works hard. Malkin, Gensel, and Jack Hughes. He's one of those, they say that, like, he plays like he's 6'8". Dude, where's Taylor McCarr? Of note, there is some scuffing on this guy. I don't know if they'll do anything about that, but if you do need the box numbers and stuff, let me know, whoever has the Avs. Because, yeah, that's just a straight up, if I can get it here. But, yeah. Honestly, Brady Tkachuk without the size is better. Those acetates are really tough to pull. I think him and Tkachuk are pretty similar talent-wise. Malkin and Siniev. For the Montreal Canadiens, Future Watch autograph, Ivan Demidov. Good case. Nice one there for the Habs. J Money, or Money J, I guess. Let me get your name right. Got the 199. Got the 999. Nice. Freshman focus of Karens and Jackson Blake. Yeah. That's the thing with SP Authentic too, is that you can have really hot cases. Like we were talking about it the other days. It's like sometimes it's like, yeah, you can see the top box. Or like you see a top card get pulled and you're just like, eh. But like it is a fairly mass-produced product, and sometimes it's just going to be lucky where those out of 999s land, and also where the inscribed land. Like, they're not hand-sorting and knowing everything what's been coming out. So, sometimes you run hot. Werenski, Avs on that. Kudryavtsev on the limited red. Kamlund on the Future Watch. Spectrum, Callahan, Tkachuk. Yeah, I really like Brendan Gallagher. I mean, I liked him since he was a Vancouver Giant. Ottavainen, Tuukka Rask, and Ottavainen. So I'm happy to see him with the Canucks. Kaplan to 399. Pasta, Michkov. More, and Dorwart. The Spectrum ship, yes. If you, because the bounty, I don't know how many bounties are left. If you need specifically the code, let me know and I will take a picture of the code for you and send it to you because I don't know how many bounties are left. Let me check the bounties here. Missions 2026. SP Authentic. Because how many, does it show how many are left, or? I don't think it shows them anymore. You're number 41, so it might be done. Okay. But yeah. Yeah, they'll ship. Everything ships that's not a base card. Yeah. Yeah. He's a really, really hard worker. And when you're going to get kicked in your teeth and it's a 5-1 game, yeah, last two boxes. When you're going to get kicked in your teeth and it's a 5-1 game and Brendan Gallagher is at the net front punching a guy in the head trying to win the scrum for a puck, you're gonna get your players rallying around that. Oh yeah. He is one of my favorite players in the league, so I was very happy to see him come home. Well, home as in like back to where he started that. But yeah, I'm excited for the locker room this year. Oh man, we have there's been some really miscut cards in this. Like, look at these base cards, by the way, how miscut they are. Here's a DeBrincat one that's just got the full, like just the full side. I'm going to throw that in for whoever had Detroit, because that's actually kind of sick. Otto Stenberg on the Future Watch, by the way. Yeah. It was a trade that made sense. I'm honestly shocked that Montreal retaining was really weird to me. But like, rather than paying an asset, I guess they just like, oh, we'll have the cap space. And Shushkin, McKinnon, and Sheen. Yeah, like some of these are also pretty badly cut. Dylan Duke on the Spectrum. Moore and Tyson Forrester. Speak Kyle Connor, JT Miller, Michael Misa on the limited. Yeah, these are all like really miscut. Matt Boldy to 99. Mazer and Borg. Yeah, I'm just like Vancouver could have taken it on full freight. JT Miller on the blue, McMichael and Zeev. And like, you know, it could have been like what, it's $3 million in this cap environment, so it's probably like a 3rd round pick type of thing. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Artie Murray, that's like the pros and cons, right? But like your highs and I guess your your highs and flagship are starting to become the best. Yeah. Vetrano, Terry, Dursey, and Velarde. I think it'll be like, hey, like, do you want to take on this contract for us in the future? Matthews, by the way, on the really miscut one. These are really cool. I'll throw those in for people just because I don't think they'll sell well, but they're just a cool thing. Coco and Weisblatt. And there's a Schaefer. Yeah, signing everyone half off. And it's only 1 year too, right? If it was a multi-year deal, that would have been crazy, but just making it right for Gallagher. He did right by Gallagher a lot, which I respect. McKinnon on the outliers with a Jake Evans and a Yoel Eriksson Ek. Ian Moore with a Carson Dower and a Victor Ostman. Do we have one autograph in this? Yeah. Curated signatures for the Rangers. Gabe Perreault. Good player. Rangers will be happy with that. Weak autograph. Good player. Could use some signing lessons there. Duran and Radish. The holofoil. We can take the holofoils off. All right. Last box here. Good break. The only thing that I think that would make it better is like a nice patch auto. But top Future Watch, an acetate, an inscribed. Take that every day of the week. And it doesn't mean the next inner is going to be bad either. Our 2 best inners have been in the same master, so. Well, I guess this one would top the other one, but there's one that was like way rougher than, and is a different case, so. Will we see a patch? What have people been seeing for patches, by the way? It seems like they're 1 per master. Kairu, Cagnoni, and Stevenson. Suzuki, Demidov on that, and Brunick for the Penguins. Kemmel on the green, freshman focus. Hayes for the Penguins, and Uyghur. 1 or 2, yeah. Aho, LaRue, and Neiman. Yeah, I feared the acetate kind of destroys it, but that's what it is. Cole Sillinger for the Blue Jackets. Cheap team coming in. Seen 4 in 1 master? That's insane. Aho, Keller. Yeah. Yeah, the acetate makes sense. But we had one that was like acetate and patch. We've had an inner that didn't have a patch in it. And then the other half only had 1 patch. Yeah, if it's an update, that's fair. Updates always throw everything for a loop. Simashev for Utah. I'm a big Simashev fan. I think once he kind of adjusts to the NHL level, Be very good. Won't sell well, but will be a fun player. McKinnon, Perot. And did we get? Oh yeah, I guess we got the autograph there. Robertson with a Rinzel and Ekholm. So this shouldn't have another autograph in it in theory. Bo Horvat, Caulfield, Fensor. Maybe one. The other Pedersen. Perek, Cousins. And collabs for the Habs, Suzuki, and Parker Ford. Well, fun inner. Fun inner. Yeah, it's the $9.99. It's the non-auto future watch because he didn't sign. There's a lot of the Canucks didn't sign for whatever reason. Yeah, recap of the main stuff. Recce holofoils, Schaefer limited, Demidov limited green to $199. Autographs. Simashev, Cylinder Pageantry, Perot curated, Stenberg. Dude, where's Makar of the Taylor variety? Kudryavtsev on the horizontal. Desharnais curated, Warren for the Islanders, Casper Pageantry, Levshinov, I forgot that was in there. Coronado curated, Middleton sign of the times, update of Konechny, Lennox True, update of Bjorkstrand for the Kraken, Quinn Hudson, and sign of the times of Stevens. I gotta sneeze. Excuse me. Voronkov Future Watch. Nice little update there. Frank to 50 technically. Demidov on the True Future Watch autograph and Misa on the acetate. Take your pick between which one's hit the break. Probably the Demidov, but they're both really cool cards. So that's Group Break 681.